Today, Nintendo's sales and profits are down. So everyone is getting a raise! This is CheckPoint.
Hello and welcome to CheckPoint, where it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Almost Valentine's Day?
No, that's just red and pink capitalism.
Early spring, depending on your location.
But not here.
There's a new King Gizzard album coming out.
You know, Beej, normally that would be like a very good guess statistically, but surprisingly, not accurate today.
Okay, I give up. Why is it the most wonderful time of the year?
It's National Unfinished Joke Day. The Overwatch team might have been standing too close to a gas leak or something because there are some weird things coming out of that studio. First up, there's the dating sim. It's a browser-based game called Overwatch, where you, the player, get to celebrate Valentine's Day by dating Overwatch characters, with Hanzo playing the role of Cupid with a little bow. Now, two massive caveats to this. One, Blizzard has made it very, 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 very clear that this game, and anything that happens in it, is absolutely not canon.
No.
And that sucks, but as AO3 has demonstrated, that clause has never stopped anyone before, and it's not going to stop anyone now. Two, when I said you could date Overwatch characters, I didn't mean any, I meant Mercy or Genji, who I assume were carefully selected for this because they are literally nobody's first choices. So enjoy your corporate-approved fanfic, I guess. The other weird thing is there's an One Punch Man collab with a new Doomfist skin, and that's like a big deal. But not nearly as a big deal and weird to me as the Cowboy Cassidy Invisible Man skin. Like, with the little goggles and the total lack of face. It looks just like the Claude Rains film from 1933, which was based on the H.G. Wells novel from 1897. Thank you for that fact, Graham. And on the one hand, it's cool that the current games have references for old people like us, so, we can bond with kids or whatever. But I'm just not looking forward to future conversations where I'm going to have to explain to my daughter that Predator is not from Fortnite.
It's time for some Nintendo businessy business news. Or at least just the bits I want to talk about, because this is a comedy news show about video games, and I write my own scripts. First up, Nintendo's net sales are down by 1.9%, net profits are down by 5.8%, and this has resulted in the share price falling by 7.5% to levels nearly equal to what they were in January of 2022. As a response to the difficult financial news, Nintendo has decided to give their Japanese staff a 10% pay increase. Again, rather than follow in the footsteps of so many other tech companies this recent quarter and lay off a ton of people, Nintendo is giving out a massive pay increase in order to ease their workers' burdens due to inflation and to boost worker morale. Polygon quoted Satoru Iwata's famous remark, "If we reduce the number of employees for better short-term financial results, employee morale will decrease. I sincerely doubt employees who fear that they may be laid off will be able to develop software titles that could impress people around the world." This all comes on the heels of the Switch becoming the third best-selling video game console of all time, just behind the PlayStation 2 and the Nintendo DS, selling 122 million units lifetime. And sales for the Switch were down this year, which Nintendo has blamed on overall component shortage, but could also be blamed on the fact that everyone already has one. While the pay increase is good news for Nintendo of Japan staff, there is a glaring absence of news from Nintendo's satellite offices around the world regarding their own workers' salaries, where I assume they are somehow not experiencing the same global shit heap of fiscal frustration the rest of us are? Help me find this magical fairyland, because I want to go meet some blue badgers!
The latest speed bump for Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard comes from the United Kingdom, whose Competition and Markets Authority released their provisional report yesterday. As with all the debate surrounding this potential deal, it seems weirdly focused on Call of Duty, but I like that the report points out the following very obvious stuff, saying, "The evidence suggests that, after the merger, Microsoft would find it commercially beneficial to make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox or available on Xbox on materially better terms than on PlayStation." Yes, continuing that this acquisition would substantially reduce competition in gaming consoles to the detriment of gamers, both Xbox and PlayStation gamers alike, which could result in higher prices, reduced range, lower quality, worse service, and/or reduced innovation. Pretty damning. And they go so far as to suggest some possible remedies for these problems, which are: divest just the Call of Duty franchise. Or divest just Activision, including Call of Duty. Or divest just Blizzard. And my personal favorite, don't do a merger at all. And now, I'm not an analyst, but I'm pretty sure that the reason Microsoft wants to spend $69 billion for Activision Blizzard is so they get Activision Blizzard and their blockbuster franchise Call of Duty. Now, as I said, this is only a provisional report, meaning both parties have a chance to respond before the CMA makes its final decision, which is why good old Bobby Kotick somehow decided that the best thing to do was go off in an interview with the Financial Times, complaining that the fragile UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak isn't doing enough to help, as if Sunak doesn't already have a job mismanaging a country. Kotick then alleged that Sony is trying to sabotage the merger and also won't return his calls. In a statement to Ars Technica, Microsoft brought the tone down a little, promising 10 years of parity on content, pricing, features, quality, and playability. But Activision, clearly still getting memos from Kotick, was a little more cheeky, saying, "We hope between now and April we will be better able to help the CMA understand our industry." Good news, everyone! Our future holds at least several more months of hilarious statements from Activision.
Nintendo held another semi-annual Direct event on Wednesday, briefly bringing down Twitter in the process. Probably. I don't know, Twitter's whole server stack is probably just an actual stack of pancakes at this point. What's important is that the Direct was enjoyed by almost everyone. Everyone except the students and staff of California State University Fullerton, because according to reports, a professor was unwilling to cancel class for students to go enjoy the show. More specifically, the professor received an email from someone stating that a once-in-a-lifetime event would occur on February 8th and that classes should be canceled for the good of humanity. We know all of this thanks to a letter released by the CSUF Campus Police Department, also mentioning the hours of investigation they had to do in order to ensure this email was not a threat of something more sinister or violent. So hey, if I can just talk a bit to Nintendo fans right now, can we bring it in a second? Hey guys, it's Beej. You know me. I still got my first Nintendo. I keep my Game Boy in a lime green fanny pack. I bought an orange GameCube from Japan because it's the best color. Never mind that I can't play anything on it. We want the same things. And I want you to stop it. Just stop it. It's getting out of hand. Remember back when the PS3 came out? And the lineups to buy those, and the chaos, the wailing and gnashing of teeth? And then remember the lineups for the Wii? The ease, the goodwill, the singing of songs and making of merriment. Remember how they talked about us then? We were the good ones, the calm ones. We didn't call in supposed bomb threats or kick the shit out of each other over video games. To this day, even other gamers don't consider us real gamers. So just take a breath, all right? The Direct isn't must-see TV. It's on fucking YouTube and you can watch it after class, okay? We can all afford to be patient and kind while we enjoy the things we love. We cool? Awesome. Apropos of nothing, Tears of the Kingdom will be coming out on May 12th, and I'm taking the day off, because I'll be damned if I don't get 20 hours in on day one, and I swear if any of you motherfuckers try to stop me!
Oh, Beej. Is this a bad time to mention that we have to clear out the prop closet in May?
Well, no, but technically, yes.
Well, it's not like it has to be done exactly on May 12th.
Ah, relief.
Yeah, James said we could do it any time between midnight on May 11th and 1 a.m. on May 13th. Coming up, According to Yoshinori Kitase, the Final Fantasy VII Remake is so different because Square wanted to give fans the excitement of wondering which parts would be 100% faithful to the original. That's in contrast to the Crisis Core remake, which has kept its classic cringe unaltered. Hey, you want to know something fun about numbers?
Yes.
So that Overwatch story, which had some lovely facts as dispensed by Graham, because that's not the kind of thing I know off the top of my head, and I believe he had to look it up too. But while I was reading it, I noticed that H.G. Wells' novel of The Invisible Man is 1897.
Yes.
Claude Rains' film of that novel, 1933.
A transformative work, yes.
Yes, The Predator, that movie came out in 1987, and is in Fortnite in the year of our Lord 2023.
Right.
Those are the same numbers on the end, I realized while I was reading the story.
Right.
And then I did the math.
Yes.
That's the same number of years altogether.
1897 to 1933 is the same as 1987 to 2023.
Yes, 36 years in both cases. Let's feel old together. But
kind of amazing, though, that it takes that long to completely be like, I'm going to use a work in a brand new way.
I just think it's pretty cool that, like, in the 1800s, you had, like, amazing popular culture books like The Invisible Man. And nowadays, we have The Predator.
Yeah. Well, we had to wait 36 years for technology to advance to the point where you could run around in a cartoon video game with a giant baby head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Predator looks.
I don't like that Predator skin. It looks like a cosplayer. I mean, maybe that's the point. It's probably not the actual Predator.
Yeah.
They'd have a bit of an advantage.
God, I'd love it more if more of the Fortnite skins actually just look like people dressed up in cosplay of the thing that they're actually trying to be. Like, it isn't actually Goku. It's just a guy with, like, you can see the seam in the wig and stuff.
Yeah, it makes it more realistic that you can run over Goku in a tank.
Yeah.
Or a boat.
Yes.
On dry land.
A little less realistic that then this random cosplayer can do a Kamehameha, but I have to assume it's all special effects.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just where it breaks the illusion for you, I think.
Did you watch the Nintendo Direct on Wednesday?
No, I was doing something else.
That's good.
That was, like, I was doing a work thing, and now I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And it was only yesterday.
As I pointed out, it's on YouTube. You can just watch it whenever you want. Or you can just watch the trailers of the things you think are interesting at this point.
Yeah, I did the best thing, which was I waited for Heather to tell me all the things that she thought that I cared about.
Yeah.
So I had, like, my news sommelier bring me the news.
Yes. It's like, do you care at all about the fact that, I don't know, what's an
There's
example?
a new Pikmin game with ice Pikmin?
Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection is all coming to the whatever. Do you care about that at all?
Not
Right. See,
one iota.
I'm telling you useless shit. Like, isn't this fun?
Heather just told me that there was a new detective game made by the Danganronpa people, and there was a new Professor Layton game coming
Yes.
out.
Yep.
She cut straight to it. She's great.
She got you.
Yeah, she knows.
Absolutely. They're porting the next Katamari Damacy. They're porting We Love Katamari to the Switch.
Oh, neat.
So we already have Katamari Damacy. The original game is Reroll, and then they're porting We Love Katamari. And it's like, that's cool. I played the first one and realized that I liked it enough, but not enough to actually play like a ton of it. So
Right.
I'm like, well, whatever, that's fine.
I wonder if Penelope would like that game.
Maybe. I mean, if you guys have so many games at your house, so you can always pop in stuff and
That's true.
see what appeals.
What do
She
you
might
like?
not like the tank control aspect, but
No, she might find it frustrating. But at the same time, it's like not like a game that you can really like. There's just a time limit on things,
Yeah.
right? And it's not a particularly stressful one, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it's not.
So, she could just cause mayhem, which I think she would enjoy.
There's that too, exactly.
The enduring appeal of Katamari games, what makes them so popular? Is it rolling up all your problems and punching them to space?
Who's to say?